Probably one of the most connected and well-rounded people in motorsports in the tri-state area. Don, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
I love the show. You guys are doing a great job.
Tell us a little bit about all your media ventures in the area racing.
Well, in 1969, I was teaching a summer graphics arts class, and I was racing at Latrobe Speedway, and someone said, "We don't have a program up here. Why don't you print something? You're into that printing stuff." So I took 2 sheets of paper, folded in half, 8 pages. It was a dime. And I gave the kid 50 of them. I said, "You sell them, I'll take a nickel, you take a nickel." He came back in 15 minutes. I said, "What happened?" He said, "They're gone." Well, that evolved into a 4-color magazine, Racing's Almost Perfect magazine. I was still racing. A fellow was doing a radio show on WEDO, and he said, "I can't come on a Saturday." This was in 1985. He said, "Will you fill in for me?" And he never came back. And I've been rapping on racing. This will be our 30th year. And your drag racing report is a big part of it.
Well, you're not just been involved in the media end of the sport. You were a driver. You've been a promoter. You've seen this sport from all different angles.
I love the sport. I started out as a fan, did some driving. I actually worked as a flagman, a pit steward, a tech inspector, I said announcer, a promoter. It's in my blood. And, it's like a disease. You just can't get it out.
Have you ever worked in the concession stand?
From time to time, when they got in a jam, when I was promoting Motordrome, if we were shorthanded, I might have to put a couple of hot dogs out or do some French fries.
From back in the beginning till now, what's the biggest change that you've seen in motorsports?
The cost. I mean, when we won the championship at North Hills, 1978, the car, trailer, and all the spare parts was $3,500. That's incomparable today. A late model, a sprint car, or a modified that rolls into the track on a race night, there's $500 before they get in there. Pit fee, fuel, tires, it's pretty expensive. Now in the support divisions, it's not quite so bad. But what you would consider a pure stock, they used to be $3,000, $4,000. Well, now they'll put $10,000, $12,000 in a motor. It's insane. The racers are their own worst enemy.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Of every discipline of racing and every class and every discipline, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, being involved with the Circle Track Club. Old Timers Night, I mean, I'm no longer racing, and we still do the radio show, but whether it's the banquet or Nostalgia Night or Old Timers, I get to talk to my childhood heroes, and we're losing them because most of them are in their 80s. But I think I get the most other than winning a race, the most satisfaction I get would be being involved with the Circle Track Club and Nostalgia and Old Timers.
One thing that you think that local racing needs to do to survive?
Well, they can't raise the purses because the revenue's not there. I think you're going to see a lot of tracks going to specials only instead of running every week. I can see the top divisions like the super late models being a traveling circuit where they can't afford to have them all the time. The biggest cost is tires and motors. They need to go with a spec motor and a tire that lasts more than 1 or 2 race nights. When I promoted Motordrome in the modifieds, Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. and Tommy Beck were the 2 hot dogs there, and Mark Flick, and they could get 8 weeks on a set of tires. And we had 30 cars in the division. Now they get a week and a half, and they have 8 cars. It's very simple. You got to cut the costs because you can't raise the purses.
Well, on behalf of racers and race fans everywhere, I want to thank you for everything you've done for motorsports, and I'd like to thank you for what you've done for me personally.
It's a great show. Keep up the good work.